Hey, I'm Adrian from Rabona TV, and today is all about Antoine Griezmann's backstory. How he was rejected over and over by clubs in France, and how if it weren't for a massive stroke of luck, we may not be talking about him as the most sought-after striker in Europe. Antoine was born in 1991 in the city of Mâcon in Burgundy, France. His father was the town councillor named Alain Griezmann, who is of Alsatian descent. The Alsace is a Germanic part of northern France that borders Germany, hence Griezmann's Germanic-sounding last name. Another figure in football who you may know from this region? Arsene Wenger, another Frenchman with a Germanic-sounding last name. Okay, anyway. Griezmann's mother Isabelle was born in France, but of Portuguese descent. Griezmann's grandfather was Amaro Lopes, and he was also a pro footballer, playing as a hulking central defender for Paços de Ferreira in the late 40s and 50s before emigrating to France in 1957. So yes, I guess you could say that football was in Griezmann's blood, but it wasn't easy for him as just like Lionel Messi, his small stature led to clubs looking over him. No pun intended. He still always dreamed of being a pro footballer though, and didn't give up even after having a trial at Lyon, who rejected him, Auxerre, rejected him, Saint-Étienne, rejected him. Finally, Antoine's luck would change when he went for a trial with Montpellier, but Montpellier didn't have anything to do with it. Eric Olhats was a relatively unknown Argentinian scout for Real Sociedad in the 2000s. In 2005, when he was on his way home to San Sebastian, he decided that he wanted to stop in Paris to see an old friend who was at Paris Saint-Germain's training ground with Montpellier. It just so happened that at this time, a 13-year-old Antoine Griezmann had his trial with Montpellier in a tournament at those same training grounds. Olhats said, quote, "At the time, youth football in France was predicated on the physical. There was an emphasis on the need to win games and competitions immediately. That made it very hard for the smaller kids to be taken on. I fell for Antoine's technical skill, even if his technique may have still been improving, but the talent I saw was intuitive." So after the match, Olhats went to his friend and asked if Montpellier were interested in signing Antoine, who, by the way, they didn't even give him proper club strip for his trial. He was playing in his own clothing wearing a t-shirt that said Jamaica on it. But anyway, Olhats' friend said that Montpellier wasn't interested in signing Antoine. So, Olhats handed Antoine an envelope and told him not to open it until he got home. What was inside the envelope? Well, it was just Olhats' business card and a note saying, "Do you want to play and live in San Sebastian?" After talking it over with his parents, who took some convincing, Antoine ended up moving in with Olhats and his family on the French side of the border where he went to school, as San Sebastian is only 25 minutes from the southern border of France. Antoine ended up living with Olhats and his family for 6 years, even though he was only supposed to be there for 6 weeks. Griezmann's teammates remarked that he was quiet and shy off the pitch, but on it, he was quite daring, and that attitude and performance got him his first professional contract at the age of 18. He continued to perform well for Sociedad, and on September 27, 2009, he scored the first goal of his senior career against SD Huesca. But here's where it got to a make or break point of his career, as if he hadn't had enough of those already. Griezmann was playing for the French under-21 team that failed to qualify at the hands of Norway for the under-21 European Championships in 2013. A few days after that spectacular failure, it was learned that Griezmann and a few of his teammates left their hotel in Normandy and went clubbing in Paris, just a couple of days before the pivotal match against Norway. He and the rest of the players who decided that partying was the right choice were suspended from playing for France for 14 months. Now, rumor has it that within that time period, Griezmann was furious with the French FA and even considered switching his allegiance and playing for his maternal Portugal. But that hasn't been confirmed, so we can't look too much into it. But we do know that he took that anger and converted it into becoming a first-team regular at Real Sociedad, scoring 20 goals in his next season. In total, he scored 52 goals in 201 appearances for Real Sociedad. Now, of course, we know after the 2013-14 season, Diego Costa left Atletico Madrid to join Chelsea. So, Atletico splashed the 30 million euros to trigger Griezmann's buyout clause. And from there, well, we all know the story, but let's look at a few of Griezmann's career milestones. In 2014, he made his first appearances for Les Bleus, scoring 5 goals for them. His first senior international goal was in a friendly against Paraguay on June 1st, 2014. As for his first competitive Atletico Madrid goal, that came on September 17th, 2014 in the Champions League against Olympiacos, which also served as his first Champions League goal of his career. It's hard to believe that Griezmann hasn't even been at Atletico Madrid for 3 full seasons yet, and I don't think anyone could argue that he deserved to be in the running amongst Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo for World Player of the Year of 2016. He scored 32 goals for Atletico, 8 for France, won the Golden Boot at the Euro 2016 Championships, and was named the player of the tournament. This season so far he hasn't slowed down, as he's made 29 appearances for Atletico and scored 15 goals. So, with all this transfer gossip surrounding him, believe the hype, And remember that none of this may have happened if Eric Olhats didn't stop to see a friend in Paris in 2005. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, why not hit that subscribe button? Let me know in the comment section which other players you want to see me profile. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.